What is going on, guys? This is your boy here from Africa. Today I have some little short news for you guys because I'm doing Amazon now most of the time, so I want to be able to share some little information with you guys. All right, Amazon is required by the DOT to ask you and me to present a medical certificate. All right, a medical certificate is no longer for people that are doing OTR. So many of you guys thought that you only need it if you're doing OTR, right? But now that's not the case. So Amazon is required to ask you and I to present a medical certificate before we go into the building. All right. So if you're hiring a driver now, you want to make sure your driver has a medical certificate to present before they go into the building, right? I don't know about other companies like JB Hunt, but if you're going to be doing the bus trucking business, I recommend you guys to go do your medical certificate. Keep in mind, if the DOT is requesting that from Amazon, it means the DOT can also request that from other companies like JB Hunt and other different companies that do the same thing like JB Hunt. Because JB Hunt is pretty much, I'm not going to say like Amazon, is one of the biggest company, out there. They do deliver for Lowe's and other different company, maybe like Home Depot, maybe Best Buy or stuff like that. So if you guys ever see people knocking on your door, delivering like a washing machine, dryer, and other different heavy stuff like a refrigerator, these people, most likely, they work for JB Hunt. There might be other company out there too, but JB Hunt is the most popular company. And so for those of you who also want to be in the bus trucking business, this is something I measured way back in one of my videos. If you don't want to deal with Amazon, if you have that muscle to be lifting some heavy stuff, all you're going to need is a bus truck. You can, lease from Lowe's. A lot of time, people lease from Lowe's. So Lowe's has those bus truck with the Lowe's logo on it. You can lease it from Lowe's. But in the meantime, you definitely want to have your 26-foot bus truck, your active MC, the same amount of insurance you need to do OTR. It's the same requirement for JB Hunt. Amazon is the only company that requesting like a 2 million aggregate or something like that. But other companies, I think it's a 1 million or something, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to do something that will allow you to be home every day, JB Hunt is the way to go. Keep in mind, it's a heavy lifting because you got to be able to lift those heavy refrigerator. So as an owner of the company, you're definitely going to hire somebody to help you out. Somebody who got muscle, because if you let go of that refrigerator, well, Lowe's going to file a claim and your company going to pay for that. Or maybe they're going to deduct that from whatever amount they're going to pay you or something like that, right? So that's the little tricky part about JB Hunt. Some customers, they don't like to have like little dent on the refrigerator. When you're delivering the refrigerator, you want to be careful because a little dent or something on the refrigerator, the customer can ask you to return that. They don't want it. All right. So then whoever, if it's Lowe's or Home Depot or Best Buy, now they're going to, file a claim. JB Hunt is going to maybe take that from your pay. That's one of the reasons some people don't like JB Hunt, because it's really, 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 really complicated. Number one, you got to deal with heavy lifting. Number two, a little scratch. You have to be prepared to pay that, right? So that's JB Hunt. You guys want to do it? Check out with JB Hunt and do JB Hunt. But like I said, regarding the medical certificate, you guys definitely want to have your medical certificate. If you hire any driver, make sure your driver has the medical certificate before they even start, okay? Because now it's required. If you OTR, broker's not going to request that from you or anything like that. But if the DOT pull you over, they will go through your DOT compliance folder, which is your proof of insurance, registration, and also your empty weight ticket, your medical certificate, and your MC authority for the company. All that little stuff have to be in that little folder right there. You have to keep it in your truck at all time. If your driver don't have that medical certificate in that folder, you are going to get a ticket. They can pull you out of service for 10 hours, guys, and that is a violation. You don't want to be putting out of service if you over the road, because a lot of time when brokers want to give loads to you, they look at your MC to see if you have any violation. So if you have multiple pulling out of service, broker can easily refuse to give you load because they don't want to give you loads while you're on your way to deliver the load. Then you got pulled out of service, and they are not going to deliver that load on time. At the end of the day, that broker can lose that contract, with the shipper. So the broker want to make sure they hire a reliable owner operator that have everything up to date, right? So make sure before you hire the driver, these are the requirements. Can you submit a medical certificate before you start? I'm pretty sure many of you guys already done stuff like that before. You hire a driver and they don't have the medical certificate, and they promise to go get it, and it's taking time, it's taking time. That's not something to mess with, because like I said earlier, if you get pulled over by DOT, that's a violation. You're going to get pulled out of service, guys. So now Amazon is requesting that you definitely need to have that certificate before the security check you in, guys. This is your boy from Africa. I just want to let you guys know what is going on over here. You guys see my computer screen. I'm pretty busy. I got all the different stuff going on as well. Like I said, I'm not dropping video every day because this business requires a lot more to do now compared to when I first started. Broker used to call me, hey, we got a load, you want to do it? I used to get calls from brokers all the time for loads. I don't really book loads like that on DAT, unless if I'm in some location that my broker is not covering in that location, then I go on DAT or stuff like that, right? But now that's not the case. Even some of the brokers that give me load, when I call them now, they don't even have load. Some of them, their contract been taken away from them. The shipper is going directly with the carrier, which is you and me. The reason to that is that the shipper's trying to save more money by going now with the carrier instead of going with the broker. Because remember, instead of the shipper paying $5,000 to a broker to move that load, they rather pay a $3,500 to the carrier to move the load for them. So many shippers are switching now directly to carrier. This is something that we've been talking about a lot of time. A shipper could take the time to trust few carrier to move that load. They will save themselves a lot of money. Once again, this is your boy from Africa. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. Peace and love.